Welcome everyone. This is going to be a perfume tray video. I haven't done a what's on my perfume tray video in a while, and I have in the last couple of months started to get a little bit better again at making sure I switch this out on a regular basis. I would say probably for about half of 2024 this tray did not change. It wasn't these perfumes that were on there, but I would say there was probably a good 4 to 6 months where I just did not change the tray at all in 2024, and that was just me not being able to face anything. There was a lot going on in the background and I just didn't have the mental headspace to think about it, so I didn't do it. Anyway, today I am going to change this out. This tray as it is now has been like this for probably about 3 weeks, I would say. Prior to this, there were lots of cologne and more fresher type fragrances, and lots of fragrances that had a really strong neroli bent to them. You will notice that there is a perfume here called Parade by Celine. This is a neroli perfume that was on the tray previously, and I just wanted to leave it out because I wasn't finished wearing it yet. And I do apologize if my voice is a little bit strained. I am fending off a cough at the moment, so I'll try and edit those out as best I can. Right, so well, let's start with Celine then. Really enjoyed wearing this. It's a lovely, sweet neroli perfume. It's very fresh, it's very clean smelling, and I think it's a very easy one to light. And as I said, I've really enjoyed wearing it. I'm going to put it away now and make some room for some other things. Going for the extraneous ones again, here we have Date with a Dame. This is a partial bottle that was gifted to me by Elae over at One Way Bridge Perfumes. This is a beautiful musky perfume. It's sort of musky, but also has some floral elements, but also has sort of this suede undertone to it, which gives this muskiness a bit more of an edge of sophistication and grown-upness, for want of a better word. So I actually want to keep this out. I'm just thoroughly enjoying wearing this. I wear it pretty much all the time. I can wear it for any occasion. I wear it to bed, I wear it out, I wear it layered under other things. It really is beautiful. And even though the scent profile is kind of fun, it's like adult version of a whimsical fragrance, I just find it works in so many situations, and I kind of don't want to be without it at the moment, so this is going to stay, and I'll just put it over here for now. I'll move it onto the tray once these have been moved off. At the back here we have a bottle of Orpheon by Diptyque. Really enjoy this one. It's a very soapy, woody kind of perfume, and it was Ouch 110 a few years ago during COVID who reviewed this, and it was his review that really got me thinking about this perfume. I hunted for this for so long because it wasn't available in Australia at the time that Tom actually reviewed it. So I had to wait very patiently, and eventually it did arrive in Australia. I really love wearing it. A lot of people were comparing it to Fleur de Louis. I think they're quite different actually. I can see that there is a bit of a thread in there that maybe is linked to both of them, but they're very different perfumes in my opinion. I feel like this one jumps off the skin a lot more. I think it's a lot louder than Fleur de Louis, and it has a bit more of a nighttime feel to it as well, even though I can totally wear it during the daytime. It's sort of a weird, like I can't make up my mind. It feels more evening-like, but at the same time, it's got this, I think Tom described it as like a bubble bath element, and I really get that too. So it's not super soapy, it's just sort of bubble bathy and really uplifting and fun. And I really like it. So that's Orpheon by Diptyque. Next up we have Un Matin d'orage by Annick Goutal. This is a really gorgeous gardenia scent that's got kind of a vanillic base or background to it. So there is a bit of sweetness in there. It's kind of earthy. It smells like damp florals and maybe slightly green as well. And it's my first real Goutal that I bought really intentionally, and I'm so happy with it. Over here we have a Guerlain fragrance that is from the Arts and Materials line. This is Embruns de Elae. This one has not had really that much attention, I don't think, compared to some of the other fragrances from this line. And I'll just wait for the aeroplane to finish going over. Speaking of sort of damp florals, this also to me resembles kind of a damp or wet floral. The Elae in here is quite fresh. It's not too heavy and it's not too dense or banana-like either. And I actually really adore this perfume, and every time I wear it, I always say to myself, well, why am I not wearing this more? So I am definitely trying to reach for it more and give it some dedicated time on the perfume tray. I have put a little bit of a dent in it this time round, so I'm going to put it away for now, but yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I don't forget about it, because it is one that I just don't necessarily think of, but when I wear it, I just love it. All right, next, I have talked about this more broadly on my channel a lot recently. Sorry, you can't see it very well. The lighting's pretty bad in here at the moment. This is Fleur de Louis by Arquiste. It's a really lovely, bright, aldehydic orange blossom scent, which at the same time feels modern yet classic. And I always feel really put together when I wear it. And I have worn it a few times in the last few weeks and really enjoyed it. I think I can put it away for a little while now, because I just did a video on aldehydic florals, and I think I'm okay to give my aldehydic florals a rest for a little bit, but I definitely will be reaching for it again in the not too distant future, I'm sure. All right, so this is one that I have not paid any attention to in my wardrobe for a few years now. When I first bought it, I loved it. And then I wore it again maybe 2 years ago, and just wore it to the local stationery store, Office Works it's called, and the lady behind the counter asked me what I was wearing, and she asked me to write it down for her. This is Ralph Lauren Woman, and it's just a really easy to like, beautiful tuberose fragrance that has a really bright pear note in the opening, so it's quite sweet. And the reason why I hadn't really worn it that much is because I always sort of had it in my head that because it had such a sweet opening, that the whole perfume would just get unbearably sweet throughout the wear, but it doesn't. It actually gets less sweet on me as it dries down, and it just becomes this really gorgeous sort of creamy tuberose that's really not hard to tolerate at all, even if you're not a huge tuberose fan, I think. But I mean, each to their own. I know some people legitimately really hate any type of tuberose, and so I'm not trying to force it on you, but I just think this is a really gorgeous perfume, and I have really enjoyed wearing it again. And I actually have put a little bit of a dent in it, so yeah, I'm very happy to have rediscovered this one. It's just been a really happy scent for me to wear. And I even wore it out the other day, and Matt commented that I smelled really nice, so he obviously likes this one too. Here is one that I spoke about a lot this year, and oh my gosh, I only bought it in 2024. This is a 100ml bottle, and I've already put a sizable dent in it. When these Trudon bottles are brand new, they are literally full to the top. So I have worn this a lot in the last few months. Well, ever since I got it, really. Such a breezy kind of perfume, and this is one that I will wear it on its own all the time, but I do like to layer it with other things as well, because it just adds this element of cleanliness, but also really feminine kind of floral background. And I cannot get enough of this. And a couple of people have been messaging me over the last few weeks. One person in particular, she went out and blind bought this one because she heard me talk about it, then she read the notes and she was doing a bit of research on it, and she convinced herself, you know, she was going to love it. And I was really nervous that she was telling me she was going to blind buy it. And I tried to encourage her to buy the 15ml first, just as a tester. And no, she went in full whole hog and bought the 100ml bottle. And she messaged me and said she absolutely adores it. So she's been wearing it heaps. So it's an easy one to love, put it that way. This is Elae by Trudon. I don't know if I actually said that. And if you haven't heard my full description of this one, I'm happy to link a video here where you can go check it out. But yeah, really beautiful, easy to wear, and really great for the spring and summer months. So any of you who are in the Northern Hemisphere, this could be one worth checking out because I know you're coming into the warmer months. And last but not least, I have a bottle of Byredo's Bal D'afrique here. This is a fairly recent bottle that I added to my wardrobe. I have had the 10 or 15 mil from the coffret, the travel sizes that these guys do, and you can buy the coffret and you get 3 different scents I think in the coffret. And in the one that I bought, I think I had Blanche, Black Saffron, and this one. I had used it up and then I sort of forgot about it, and I don't know, for some reason I have just been in the mood for these really beautiful clean, easy to wear type of perfumes, and so I went and picked up a 50 ml bottle of it, and I don't regret it one bit. I've really enjoyed wearing it. Actually, this seems to have much better staying power than I remember it having as well. So every time I've worn it, if I put it on in the morning, I can still smell it in the afternoon. It's not projecting off me or anything, but I can definitely still detect it on me. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they've improved them or if it's just me becoming more sensitive to the smells. But I've really enjoyed wearing it. All right. So I've just taken a few moments to dust off this entire thing. I just realized when I removed all of the perfumes off the tray how dusty it was. That was really embarrassing. So hopefully you couldn't see how dusty it was. It was pretty gross. And now I'm ready to put some perfumes back on the tray. And what I'm going to do this time around too is I'm going to select a travel size from all of the travel sizes in the background here. The reason being is that there's so many there now that I don't know what's there, and so I never tend to reach for them. So I will make an effort to try and select a travel size to add to the tray as well. But let's get on with the perfumes. All right, so I am going to put Date with a Dame back on the tray just for the time being because I love it and I'm not ready to put it away just yet, although I may not have a choice in the not too distant future because there isn't much left. Again, it was a partial bottle, it wasn't full to start with, but I have used quite a bit of it since I've had it. The next one that's going on the tray is this one here. It's Gingembre Latte by Evanescence. I bought this bottle secondhand and I basically haven't touched it since I bought it, which was only a few weeks ago because I've been away quite a bit. So it is, I'm starting with a partial bottle. Over on Instagram, I did a video where I went through I think a lot of the samples from this house, and this was one that really stood out to me. I really love it. This is arguably one of my favorite ginger notes in perfumery that I've come across so far, and it's just a really lovely one. It's not too, from the name you would expect it to be kind of like tonic. I don't really get that much of a milkiness from it, so I think that's probably why I really enjoy it. There is a bit of a coffee element in the opening, but it's not too overwhelming, and I really love it, so I'm looking forward to wearing that one. Also going onto the tray is an old favorite of mine. I used to talk about this a lot back in 2020 when I first started this channel. This is a really beautiful tuberose perfume to me. It's a spicy tuberose. It's got a bit of a darkness to it, if you like, maybe a bit of a nighttime element. There is a bit of a cumin note in here, so people who are very sensitive to cumin tend to not like this one. I absolutely adore it. I find it very sensual, very addictive. I just love wearing it, so cannot wait to dive back into this bottle. I get people messaging me quite a bit asking me if I still wear that because I used to talk about it so much and I haven't talked about it so much in recent times. So yes, I do still love it, I do still wear it, and I'm very much looking forward to having it on the tray for the next few weeks. Now I might just come in from this direction now from the camera so that you can actually see the bottle a little bit better. So this one is a new one to my collection. This was gifted to me by a friend. You can't buy this brand in Australia at the moment unless you want to order it from Lucky Scent and pay a really steep shipping fee. So I'm very grateful to have been able to smell this one because I have been curious about the brand for a little while now. This is Genesis by Brandt. That's the, I don't know if you can see the top of the cap there, that's the brand. It is a really lovely perfume. I haven't really spent much time with it yet, but I look forward to sharing my thoughts once I have gotten to know this one a little bit better. So this is Genesis. In fact, you will be seeing quite a few new ones going onto the tray this month. This one is also a fairly new addition to my wardrobe. I have been wanting this one for a while. This is Musc Shamal by Armani Privé. It's sort of an aldehydic musk perfume, and there I go with the aldehydes again. Even though I said I was wanting to move away from aldehydes for a little bit, but can't help myself. I love this one because it has that soft muskiness about it, but the aldehydes give it a crispness. So I don't know, it feels a little bit more polished than a lot of other musk perfumes. This one is not as cozy. In a way, it's kind of a cold musk perfume, and I'm really liking it. I don't think the performance on this is great though. It doesn't last a hugely long time, and hence why I did not buy this bottle new. This is a secondhand bottle. I would never have paid the full retail for this, but I'm really happy to have gotten a bottle at a reasonable price. Next up is one that is pretty special. This one was given to me when I was in Oman. I haven't talked about it yet. This is Reasons by Amouage. It's from their new sort of essences collection. So I did sample all three of these when I was there with Mark. Once we'd finished sort of talking through them and sniffing through them, he did ask me which one was my favorite, and I told him it was this one. I know that I think it's Outlands is the one that's really popular, but for some reason this one really grabbed me. And even now, I spritzed it on my arm earlier today before we took the dogs for a walk, and I sort of spritzed it on without really thinking about it. And then we went for the walk. We came back from the walk and I could smell my arm, and I was thinking, what did I spray on that arm? Because I sprayed a couple of different things on. I'm trying to sample a few things at the moment, and I was thinking, what did I spray on myself? This is incredible. And it's one of those perfumes that when I spray it on, maybe I'm not as enamored with the opening as such, but when it starts to dry down on my skin, I just find it incredibly, incredibly addictive. And I just want to keep smelling myself. So yeah, I'm not super familiar with it yet. I haven't really sort of sat down and tried to really analyze it, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. So that is Reasons by Amouage. It's going to get a little bit of airtime so that I can become more familiar with it, so that I can talk about it and give you my final thoughts. Another one that's very new, also from Oman actually, funnily enough, is this one. It's one from Ajmal. You can't see the label. I can barely read the label even in real time. This is from their new, actually I can't even remember what the line is called. I'll have to look it up and then I'll put it on the screen. But they had literally just been released when I was there, and I went into the Ajmal store. I didn't even know that this line existed. I didn't really know anything about Ajmal perfumes other than I'd heard that they do a lot of oud, and I was really curious to try some of their perfumes. So I tried this new line. There's 4 of them in the line, I think, from memory, and there were 2 that I really liked. They're all just numbers. So this one is called Chapter 2, and the other one, I can't remember, it might have been Chapter 1 that I really liked as well, which might have been the more green perfume in the line. But this one is sort of a very easy to like perfume. It's sort of a warm, cozy, vanillic type of perfume. I really enjoyed it when I tried it on in store. Obviously I was buying off a first impression. I didn't have that much time to linger, walk around everywhere, and then get a feel for it and then come back to the store. I just wasn't sure I'd get back to the store. So I did sort of buy this off a first impression. I would say the wear on this is fairly linear. So what I was getting in the store is pretty much what I get throughout the entire wear. But it's just a really sort of cozy, musky, woody, vanillic sort of scent, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm not sure it's blowing my mind, but it certainly is a crowd pleaser, because I put this on and Matt enjoyed it, and then we went out to dinner with some friends in Oman and they commented as well that I smelled nice. So obviously it gets a little bit of attention, even though I wouldn't necessarily call it a groundbreaking scent profile, but it's a very easy to like scent profile. So that is Chapter 2 by Ajmal. And also, I should say they're very reasonably priced, the Ajmal perfumes. Okay, so there's 2 other things I'm going to add to this tray for this, let's call it month, because probably I won't be changing it out again before the end of the month. And we're currently in sort of early to mid-April at the moment. I also want to add this onto the tray. This is another fragrance I got from Shamal. It's an oil, and it's a patchouli heavy perfume oil. Obviously there's other notes in here, but it is very patchouli heavy, and it is the sort of old school patchouli, but as you wear it, I don't know, it's sort of, if you smell it straight out of the vial, you think, oh yeah, this is like a hippie patchouli. But then when you put it on your skin, there is quite a bit of vanilla in here as well, probably some benzoin as well, perhaps. And so you've got this sort of spicy vanillic element to it that sort of gives a little bit more character, I think, to the patchouli. And I really, really enjoy it. I put this on my skin and I just think it smells amazing. So I am really loving wearing this, and I'll probably, you know, wear it to bed quite a bit, but I'm thinking of maybe just layering it with a couple of things on this tray throughout the month. So that is just a sort of no-name Shamal patchouli perfume oil. And I say no name because literally this is the container that it came in, the packaging, and there's nothing on it that identifies it as anything. So hence why I have no idea what it's called. And after some deliberation going through the travel sizes, I think I have settled on this decant of Trench by YSL. This has been in my wardrobe for quite a while now. I think my friend Emma gave this one to me a while back. So the thing with decants is that I just don't trust that they'll last a huge amount of time. So this has been getting a lot of attention lately, particularly in the local Facebook groups. People are going nuts over this stuff. So I dug it out just because I was curious to see, you know, what I think of it. Anyway, so that's Trench by YSL. And that is my perfume tray for the next few weeks. It'll be sort of an April to early May perfume tray. Let me know if you've tried any of these or if you have any thoughts on them, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.